Hey, what's up? I'll keep this quick. The CMSC 132 exam. That's the district's algorithms to that I was studying for the past couple of days. Really, really happy. Thank the Lord that it went well. I feel like the knowledge was kind of flowing from my head. It was like really nice. I think it was like um I don't know. I think it was a really good experience, right? I think on the latter end of my assessment experiences, I think it was the easiest one so far. The reason I'm really tricky and the reason I'm hesitating, as I say this, is because I don't know the results. I don't want me to be saying like, "Oh, this was the best thing ever," and then I get an F on the exam. But I really do hope I ace the exam. I think it'll put me in a much better position, and then I could also, um, yeah, my final grade relies less on the final, right? Because if it's a situation where I fail this exam, not fail, but get a low score like a C or a D, then it's become a situation where the finals like becomes excessively more important, and that becomes much more stressful. And when it becomes more stressful, it hinders my performance. Um, but yeah. So really happy that happened. With Duke Quantum though, we did our photos today. That was really awesome. The photos were just kind of like to see cohort one and cohort two because we're my team, my cohort, we're the second generation of this amazing program. So it was really nice to see everyone together. It's like shit, a lot of people. It's so cool, and they're all doing crazy things. And when I was talking to this one person who's also an ambassador for Perplexity, and he was doing something with like analyzing neural activity like in the brain to predict like Alzheimer's, and that was really interesting. Another person was doing like portfolio assessment and just things along those lines. It's like very diverse in terms of the projects. I think that's really cool. But also very diverse in terms of the people, they what they do, their experiences. Like some people are like physicists, some people are computer science, and the list goes on. I remember I was talking to this other person just about like how we both came from a comic background, like in the sense that we both wanted to do comics before going to computer science, which I think is a very interesting pipeline. I really wish if I ever had a gen ed, I think I'll probably cover that topic, like the pipeline from art to computer science and how it affects one's perspective in the field. But it's really nice. Right now, we're working on some proposal stuff. Doing this in a not so timely manner, so we're trying to rush that process now. Hopefully, we can figure something out. The proposals do look good, so they should be ready to send off soon. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I think the last two things I want to talk about is one. There's a quantum compute. I can't speak. There's a quantum computer boot camp happening in January. It's like a winter class because UMD's winter break is like from December to January. In terms of like January the end. I really want to do the quantum computing class. I think it'll be a really cool thing to build my foundational skills in quantum computing. I think it's a really, really cool field. I think it's something that really excites me, something I like thinking about. I really want to have more knowledge so I can do more. Because when you have knowledge, it's like it now becomes a sandbox. But right now, I feel like I'm just looking, like I'm outside the sandbox and looking at people playing it. It's like, dang. Like I don't know what you're doing, but I know that looks really fun, right? Like I'm still conceptualizing a lot of stuff. But if I was able to like actually have some ground knowledge, that'll become a situation where it's like, okay, I'm now in the sandbox. I may not be as experienced as everyone else here, but I can make my own little sandcastle and whatnot. Um, so really, really want to do this. Also with a great professor from my heard. I also want him to be the advisor of our team, or at least connect us with another advisor in terms of faculty advisor. So that'll be really awesome. Then there's another thing happening in January, which is a really cool seminar for quantum computing that brings a lot of researchers from around the country to UMD just do seminars every Monday. And I was invited to be a part of the people who come to these seminars and representing Duke Quantum. I'm really, really grateful. I'm really, really excited. I think it's gonna be an amazing thing. I love seminars. I love just like learning new things. I didn't even like know this was something. I just like found out today. I'm very, very excited. It makes me more excited about the field in general. I'm just more so excited about 2026 because this is something I've always been looking for. It's like that's like when I was young and I thought about college. Like the thing I thought about college was like, yeah, like some dude like talk about some very complex idea like at the frontier of science, and that person is like, oh, you're learning from them as just like complete new. And that's what it feels like. I'm really, really excited for experience like that. I'm just also to meet a bunch of people who are very experienced and learn from them, and make those connections, those networks. very, very excited about that. I really do want, like, even with Duke Quantum and this seminar thing, I really want to expand stuff like these to other concepts. Like AI is something I really, really believe that would really benefit from stuff like Duke Quantum and seminars like these. I know there is a couple seminars, but not as frequent, or at least not that I know of. And with Duke Quantum, I know there's also plans to expand in the future where it's not like you go beyond just like quantum, but more so into other adjacent fields in the STEM, science, technology, and engineering and math. But I do really think it's beneficial. I know there's also Agora. I'm saying this wrong, but I know there's others. There's another research-based program. I forgot what it's called, but I also know it's really good. But I really love stuff like this because I think what it does is it really it lowers it lowers the barrier to entry for a lot of these stuff. And I think that's really the biggest thing. That's one of the biggest differentiators of who can actually excel in these stuff like this, like quantum computing, AIV. So it's just not really a matter of like, oh, okay, this person has some innate ability. It's more so it's like, does this person have the opportunity to grow? Some people they'll get into like the sandbox and then they get bored and they leave, right? That's just natural. But there's a lot of people who are not able to get to the sandbox and they never learn how to build in that sandbox. I feel like by inviting more and more people to build in the sandbox, we really do get a more experienced workforce, which I really think is going to be the future of I think it's going to be adjacent to the future of education. So I'm really excited to see how that plays out. And also just like I feel like it's a really great thing because with education, there's a big thing with education always being like maybe 5, 10 years behind the industry, right? But stuff like this, it kind of like balances out because while you still need the foundations from academia, you also need to be up to date with industry, and this allows you to be up to date with like, oh, what are the industry problems? How can I get experience? How can I know how to tackle problems like this, even conceptualize or decompose problems? And I think that's really, really important. So I'm really, really grateful to be a part of a program like this. I'm very excited for people to be a part of programs like this in the future. But yeah, besides that though, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.